Good evening. I don't normally film at night, but I'm motivated right now, so we're filming at night. I have been obsessed, as I've talked about a couple times, with Benji Plants videos. I've been watching them and I have been in love with the idea of water plants. He has all these truly like artistic, really beautiful plant setups. So I went thrift shopping and I found some things that I think would be really cute. Also, I found this, which I thought would be cool, to put some like water in and then moss or I don't know. And then I can use my fishing line and I can hang it from my window. He talked about in one of his recent videos, or maybe it was an old one, I don't know, I just have a playlist. He recently went to a aquatic store and he like kind of was getting back into the idea of like aquarium stuff, and he like talked to the owner for a while, and I was like, hey, there's an aquarium, like a specialty aquarium store I drive by all the time and I've never gone into. So I went in and I was like, maybe they sell water plants. So I got a couple. I'm so excited. There's actually, I have no idea what's in here. I have no idea. Okay, so I've gone ahead and warmed up some fresh water situations. This is going to be very low key initially because I don't have the other stuff I quite want yet. They're very cute. They're so fuzzy. I wish I knew what these were called. If you guys know what these are called, please feel free to tell me, because I don't know. I don't know what literally any of these are. I just saw them and was like, yes, that's what I want. Here's what they look like from underneath. They're so cute. They look like little lettuce. They're so like textury. I love them. The top of the leaves honestly kind of look like they're hydrophobic. Like, see that right there? It looks like it doesn't want the water. Yeah, these leaves are totally hydrophobic. Like they like push the water away from them. It's very cool. Look at them. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me you don't love that? Are you telling me that you're not obsessed with that? Check out this plant. The common plant name is called the Madagascar lace plant. It literally just looks like a skeleton, and I believe it's a bulb. But I bought this big vase right here, and we're going to put him in here. I've already given it warm water. It says in the summer it wants like warmer fresh water, so I've already warmed this up just a little bit. Hello, we've done a lot. I don't know what's taken over me, but I have just been binge watching I know this just sounds like me just like being obsessed with this other person, but I promise it's not weird. I just am feeling so inspired, and I haven't felt this inspired to do plant stuff in so long. I feel like I'm like having a revival. And I'm putting together this terrarium and it looks so good, and I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I've done and also tell you some tea. So I have decided, right, that I'm gonna like trade a bunch of my rare plants that I don't love anymore, because I want to collect more and more, like I want this whole area. It's already pretty green, like it's getting pretty green, but I want it to be just this massive jungle living room. I had this one person who had this like massive plumeria tree, right, like 9 feet tall or whatever, and she brings up like that she's just gonna like sell it for like $500 or something, and I was like, oh, so wait, are you selling or trading? Because I'm not buying. And she was like, oh, trading. And I was like, okay, cool. I offered her like the shake because she wanted a Flowbee, but like I at the time didn't think I had one, which I'll explain in a second. But I was like, yeah, I'll just take a top cutting of the Flowbee, which would be like this leaf, right, and then the subsequent new leaf that's coming in, and then I would trade her like the rest of the 5 leaves, which, you know, I thought it was a pretty good trade. It's like a massive tree and like this pretty expensive, large beautiful shake. I felt like I was, not that it like matters because literally who cares, because it's about the plant, not money. But I was like, you know, I feel like that's that's like a lot, right? Like maybe we could trade, and then like I could sell them, and let me see if other people are looking to buy stuff. And I was like, oh, I don't want to like trade you plants for you to like go sell them. Like that feels weird. So if that's like what it's gonna be, like I think I'll pass. And then she was like, oh no, it's okay. Like we can just do the trade for the plant. And then I was like, okay. I actually looked at my Florida Beauty and I realized that I could actually prop it. And so I took this, and then underneath the soil, I found 2 more nodes that had auxiliary buds. So I cut them and I separated them, so I have like 2 leafless auxiliary buds that are gonna grow in. And then this, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, like it's a Flowbee. And so I sent it to her and I was like, oh my gosh, like I found a Flowbee. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. And then I was like, I think I'd rather trade you this than the shake, if that's okay. And she was like, oh, I was actually gonna ask for the entire shake. Which, like, from the very beginning, I was like, I won't be trading you the whole shake, by the way. Like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. This is like one of the first big purchases I ever made with plants. And I bought it as just this leaf. Like literally none of this other plant was here. I bought it as just that, and now it's this whole thing, and I'm just really attached to it. And I was clear about that, like, you know, from the very beginning. And I was like, maybe you could take a propagation, and maybe you could even sell that to your Flowbee, like, you know, whatever. I was like trying to be flexible. I don't like the idea of me trading someone something and then them flipping it. That just feels weird, you know. And I also was clear about that. And I said, hey, you know, like I said from the beginning, I don't want to give you the whole shake, like. That's not, and she's like, well, my plant's just like worth a lot more, basically. She's like, I had it appraised and a guy said that I could sell it for like $1,500. And I was like, okay, well, like I don't really look at plants like that anymore. I look at it like I'm into doing the trades right now to try to give people the opportunity to have like a rare plant that they might not be able to afford outright. So it's like we can do this fun trade, and I am all about like sharing the tips and the networking and maybe getting a coffee and enjoying our time as like plant people. I'm not really into this whole like my plant's actually worth this now, because at first she was only going to be selling it for $500, and now she's like, oh, $1,500, which is totally fine. But I'm well within my right to be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that, you know? And so I was like, hey, I just feel like you're kind of asking a lot from me, when I was like pretty upfront about what I was comfortable with. And then she trauma dumped on me about some stuff that happened in her life out of nowhere, and then abruptly left and said, don't talk to me again. I had to like sit down and like calm down, because I literally was like, I was so nice. I didn't say anything mean. I was straight up just like, hey, like I just kind of feel like you're asking a lot from me, and literally freaked out on me and was like, well, this happened to me in my past and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It was just this like really horrible thing. So anyways, point is, now I have this Flowbee. So what is cool though is I have this, and actually let me put it on the screen. Look at this. An artist drew this for me at Art with Coda on Instagram. I have known them like virtually for 2 years, but they freaking drew me. And the fact that, like, I don't know, I have like massive issues with how I like perceive myself. And that is so cute. Like, this is so cute. And the fact that someone looked at me and perceived me like that, and they drew me like that because that's like how they see me. I don't know. That's what, anytime someone draws me, like I keep it forever, because to see what you look like through someone else's eyes and then how they put it into like art or words, basically, like, I don't know. It's just, I cried. It was really cute. I cried, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have this Flowbee. Let me send it to you. Like, that's really sweet of you, because they just affected me so positively. I really want to send them something to also affect them positively, because we were just talking like all today about how they want to get more into rare plants. And so I have this. Freezing right now in the world, so I can't do anything with it. But anyways, that was my little story time, tea time tangent, but like, and then I kept the little small leaf. Everything's in here. I'll give you a tour of this when it's done, but I'm gonna get back to work. Also, don't trauma dump on people if you don't have their consent. It's super rude and triggering, and you have no idea how it will affect them. If you're an adult and someone tells you no, because they were like, I was actually gonna ask you for the whole shake, and I basically said no. And then they just trauma dumped on me and tried to emotionally manipulate me. Not cool. Thank you so much, Coda. You guys should go follow Coda. I'll link them. They'll be the second link in the description, but go check them out. I'm a little Totoro with a little Flowbee. It's 2 days later. Had everything in here. I'm ready to show you the tour. I'm gonna like I'm not gonna name everything by names, because like I literally am about to film in a couple days my entire plant collection tour. You'll get like the name of every single thing, but I have to open this thing to water it again. So let's go ahead and I will open it. I'll show you around. Probably seeing a lot of green behind me. I've been acquiring a mass amount of large plants. through trades. It's been a good time. Well, I did buy one, but it's okay. Here it is. The big thing. It's very large. Wow. Look at this thing.
Hello.
Okay, so everything in here has like gotten watered basically because I absolutely drenched this whole thing. Lots of the plants were really dry. Like this plant was so dry. This leaf is still like uncurling. This is what anthurium do when they get like thirsty, but these other ones look a lot better. Like everything just looks a lot better. This one is filling out, my ace of spades. I think everything is doing really good. The fern looks a lot better. This Lepenthes is trying, okay, but he might be dead. We're trying, but I love him. Let me walk you through. So over here on the left-hand corner, we have the anthurium corner. We have my Mag Poppy hybrid, Magnificum, and Poppy. So mommies, babies. Not true, because I didn't make this, but yeah. So we got that guy down there. And then over here, I think we have an Emerald Densed or like a Sharonii or something. I'm not sure what this is. I bought it as a Noid, but like they bought it as something, but they don't think it's what they bought. He's putting out a leaf. He's pregnant, which is very exciting. Back here, we have like the prop corner. So there's a lot going on. We have 2 shakes back there. And then this is a variegated heteroraceum. Do you guys remember that node I told you about like months ago? I found it and I was like, I think this could be an Ilsamanii node, but it also could be variegated heteroraceum. Well, it was a variegated heteroraceum and it grew into this big, beautiful, well, not big and beautiful. It is beautiful, but it's pretty small still, you know, in terms, but it gave me a really green leaf out of nowhere. And then I have this node back here I'm rooting, this heteroraceum node. The shakes are really pretty. They look very nice back there. The variegation on these is pretty stellar. We also have a variegated domesticum back here, and then this is the Floby I'm rooting for Coda. Then we have the base of the shake that I cut, so he's gonna start growing in fresh. This is my white wizard that I have right here. I cut off some of his leaves because I thought he looked kind of weird, so now he just has 2 leaves. Then under here I have some begonia. I don't know which one this one is, but it is cute. All the way in the back we have my sport variegated monstera, and the lighting isn't like too, there, that looks a lot better. Yeah, the lighting isn't too phenomenal. It's also really dusty because I sprayed it down with Captain Jack's not too long ago, but that you can kind of see. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Philodendron glorious back here. I got this from Brooke as like 2 leaves, and I've grown it into be this like, I don't know, you can see there's a lot of leaves on it. It's quite massive, but it's giving us a new leaf right now. It's throwing hands. Then we have my Mame. I don't know what kind this is. Someone asked me the other day if I know if it's like a silver cloud or something. I have no fucking idea. I just bought it or traded for it. I think I traded for this one. And then my Cuticuense is finally giving me a tri-lobed leaf again because it's just been these weird fingers for so long. So little guy there. Then we have my Monstera Peru Variegata. This is the one I traded with the guy who I got my Ilsamanii from originally. And here's the new leaf. It is hardening in. It's kind of hard to see right now, but these always come in green and then you see it after. Like this one is still hardening off. This yellow is new right there. But it's just hard. It doesn't really read on camera too well. Then we have my Obelica, which is getting massive. This thing has so many leaves now. Here's the newest one in the back right there. Looks very nice, I think. Then we have a Floby, which is hanging out right here. This is the one I'm keeping for myself. It's a very cute little new leaf. And then here's the other one. This is one of the oldest leaves. I can't believe it still hasn't been lost, but it's not variegated. Then tucked here, right here, hiding is another Ilsamanii. This is one of, gosh, 4 I have in here. This one is the one that's growing out of the spent node, and it already looks like it's going to be beautiful. So I am really excited. Then we have a second variegated Peru right here. This is the one I traded with Botanicas from their Ilsamanii that they got from me. Here's an Ilsamanii I sold that I am currently growing in. I sold this back in December to fund my trip to go to Seattle, and then I saved the rest of the money that I had left over, and it's been way too cold to ship, and so the buyer has just been chilling, vibing, and this is gonna get sent out pretty soon, as soon as it warms up. Then we have my little Burley Marks variegata. Cute, it's very small, and then we have my white princess right there. This plant has been weird. It was like super duper sunburnt, so I just cut off all the sunburnt leaves, so now we just have a 2-leafer. We have my lance leaf syngonium right here. Syngonium lance leaf. This thing actually grows for me really well. I'm really bad at syngonium, but this thing has given me like 0 issues. Then we have another variegated heteroecium. This one I'm actually trading to a local gal to get a massive pot of syngonium albopodophyllum, like truly massive. Then we have my little variegated micans. This is what I traded with Botanicus for, as well with the Peru for them to have their Ilsamanii. Here's the bottom leaf, and then this one got a little sunburnt, but this one is doing really good. Then down here we have my white knight, my little tiny white knight. This is a Brantianum from my mom's plant, and then right here we have just like a bunch of miscellaneous nodes. And I think that's it. Oh, and then I have my Homolomina rubescens right there, variegata. Oh, and then obviously the big Ilsamanii. I always forget to talk about this one. He's really sunburnt. So honestly, that grow tent gets way too much light for anything that's not Hoya. So right now the only thing in it is just like a bunch of Hoya. Then I have a bunch of orchids. I literally sold my entire orchid collection for like 50 bucks, except for the orchids that are in here now, and then like 2 Paphiopedilums. I'm keeping all these ones. This one just does the best flowers. And then obviously I'm keeping this fern, these 2 orchids right here. And then I have some around right here, like going around the back over here. Then up here we have some Juhoii begonias and my Anthurium Ace of Spades, which is so beautiful, and she was getting really sick. Like, she needed so much more attention. Same with this thing. So now that they're in here, they're getting all the water and humidity that they need to be happy. Then tucked in here, I have some Philodendron Small Silver, or Ecuador Glossus. I like Ecuador Glossus better than Small Silver. And then I have a Milano Bellata and a Begonia Silver Cloud. And right here we have a teeny tiny little Begonia Leichenora that I'm growing in. And then we have my favorite row, which is the begonia row. These are all the begonias I have left from my collection. When I got really depressed, they kind of like all died. So these are the ones that I do have left. We have my dark Leo begonia, and then this one I think is Aureale, and this thing literally looked dead when I planted it in here 2 days ago, and now it's like back in green, and like everything is doing so much better. My green Chloristicta is doing so good, and then my begonia Promethea is killing it back there. Raja, begonia Raja. This is a rare peperomia. I think it's called Peperomia tuberensis, but it's a tropical terrarium begonia, like explicitly. And it's very, very glittery and silvery. It's different than all the other begonias you'll see like this. Then I have my rare pink lady peperomia. It's really pretty. My 2 Amphioxus. And then my Ficus villosa. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me? Like, actually, are you kidding me right now? It's so beautiful. And I can actually enjoy it, like, in my space instead of tucking it away in a black box in a dark room and being sad, so. Hey guys, sorry for the abrupt ending to this video, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video and for watching me put together my terrarium. I am so happy with it. As of right now, I only have Hoya in my grow tent. That is it. All the other plants from my grow tent I've either sold, traded, or are in the terrarium, and I'm very excited about it. So I also just wanted to say thank you guys very much for watching. I hope that my channel can maybe be a kind of distraction at this time. I posted a community post about the current world situation, which I don't even think I can talk about in this video without the video getting demonetized for even mentioning it. But I just want to say thank you guys for your support, and I hope that in turn I can support you by giving you some fun
distracting content for however long you choose to stay here and relax with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my members for supporting this channel. I would like to thank Kim Klinowski, All the Green Places, and Botanicas for their extra and continued channel support. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next houseplant section, and I hope you guys stay safe. Illy, and have a good morning.